Hi everyone, this is my patient Brody for today. So he's going to help me demonstrate shoulder abduction, elbow flexion, and wrist extension. And we're going to do active range of motion, goniometric readings, and MMT for those motions. So first thing I'm going to have you do, Brody, you're just going to go ahead and do the same action I do. So kind of like a jumping jack. I want you to sit nice and straight in your seat. And you're going to just take your right arm and you're going to go ahead and just bring it up over your head as high as you can go, where it's comfortable and you're good. And go ahead and bring it back down. All right, so let me see you do it one more time now that I can watch you do it. All right, perfect. So we see Brody has active range of motion in his shoulder abduction. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and take a goniometric reading of his shoulder abduction. So I'm going to line up the goni at his acromion process. All right. And then, so I'm going to have the axis at the acromion process, and the stationary arm is going to be pointing straight down his back, on the side of his back actually. All right, Brody, go ahead and do that same motion for me. And then along as his arm moves up, I will also go ahead and move the, excuse me, the moving arm. All right, go ahead and relax. So I see here we are at 180 degrees for your goniometric reading on shoulder abduction. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to manual muscle testing. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and have you do that same movement, and I'm going to push down, and I want you to just go ahead and push against me. Don't let me push you down, okay?
Right.
So you're going to feel some force, not too much, and just push against it, okay? All right, so one of my hands are going to sit on his shoulder for stability, and then the other hand, palm of my hand, is going to sit in between his elbow and his shoulder and put that pressure that way. All right, Brody, so go ahead and bring your arm up, and then I'm going to go ahead and push down, fight against me. Okay, don't let me push you down. Go, push, 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 and relax. All right, so we're good there. And then when we were doing that manual muscle testing in his shoulder, we were testing the muscles of the middle deltoid and the supraspinatus. All right, so now we're going to do your elbow flexion. So elbow flexion should be pretty easy for you to know how to do. It's basically like you're doing a bicep curl. So go ahead and just bring that bicep up and go ahead and relax and try not to move that elbow too much. Let me see you do that again. Perfect. All right. So we see he has active range of motion in his elbow flexion. So we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna do his goniometric testing of that. So this is going to line up, the bony landmark for elbow flexion is going to be the lateral epicondyl. So I'm going to go ahead and have you kind of sit in a 90-degree angle. All right. And then you go ahead, there's your movement arm. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up with his lateral epicondyle. All right, Brody. And then you can see that the stationary arm is going to be basically parallel to his forearm. So on the radial side, so radial styloid process is going to be pointing this way. All right, so go ahead and give me elbow flexion, do the exact same motion we were doing, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. All right, is that about as high as you can go?
Yes.
All right, so let me bring it to where he's at. All right, and relax. And I see he is at about 130 degrees. All right, manual muscle testing now for your elbow flexion. So I'm going to go ahead and support your elbow right here, and then same kind of thing, I'm going to be pushing you down, same action you did of like that bicep flex. I'm going to have you just go ahead and do that, but you're going to feel me pushing against you.
Got it.
So don't let me bring your arm down. All right, so go ahead and flex. All right, and don't let me, and relax. All right, so no problems there because you're obviously stronger than me. So good job on that. And then when we're doing that manual muscle testing, we're actually testing his biceps brachii, brachioradialis, and brachialis. All right, so last thing we're going to be testing is going to be his wrist extension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a nice surface for you to place your forearm on. So he's going to be in the pronated position. So to explain to him, we're just going to have your arm sitting like this where you're on your forearm. And then your elbow and everything is going to kind of relax off the edge of this table. All right. So what I'm going to have you do as you're sitting here, Brody, you're just going to go ahead and you're just going to take that wrist and you're just going to flex it up as high as you can go. All right? All right, perfect. So we see he has active range of motion in his wrist extension. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to, all right, so we have Brody set up right here. I'm actually in the way. We're going to go ahead and check his elbow flexion. I'm sorry, elbow extension. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to line this up on the ulnar styloid process for the axis and this bony landmark. All right, so that's going to be here. All right, sorry about that. All right, and you can see that this is actually just going to go straight across for the stationary arm. It's just going to go straight across. All right, and then Brody, I'm going to have you go ahead and do the same thing you did. Go ahead and bend your elbow back. All right. And I see here, and then we're going to actually go parallel to your pinky finger. All right. Is that as far as you can go?
Yes.
All right. So that puts you at about 50 degrees. All right. And then last thing we're going to do is we're going to do your manual muscle testing for your wrist extension. So go ahead and have it on there. And then what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have my forearm here, and you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to go ahead and bring your wrist back as far as you can go. I'm going to push against you. All right? And go ahead. And push, 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 push. Don't let me bring you down. And relax. All right, perfect. All right, and that is it. And on that one, we were actually testing all of your carpi muscles in there. So carpi longus, carpi radialis longus, extensor carpi longus, extensor carpi radialis and brevis, and extensor carpi ulnaris. All right, that's it. Thank you.